Well, Kevin, great to catch up with you again. 4 months into the role now. How are you enjoying it?
Very, very much so. Obviously, as I mentioned in my last interview with you, it was a bit of a baptism of fire at first, but I think we're now starting to move towards definitely calmer waters, and I think everybody can see the club is starting to make progress both on and off the field. So it's good news and full steam ahead for 2019.
In terms of your last interview, Kevin, you spoke about how positive you were about ultimately us securing our EFL status. With the arrival of Sol Campbell, I guess that conviction remains.
I've been absolutely adamant from the day one I arrived that we will definitely stay in the EFL, and I think now people are starting to see things are starting to turn round. It's quite a simple equation now. We basically have to take 1.5 points a game for the rest of the season and we'll be safe. And last 9 matches we've taken 14 points, so we're well on target to achieve that.
Kevin, as you know, part of my role as fan liaison manager is to collate areas of concern from the terraces, and I just wanted to ask you about some of these, starting with access issues which arose within the McElroy suite on Saturday. The perception is that fans were turned away from the bar when it wasn't actually full. Can you address what happened there?
Yes, it's quite simple. It's to do with our new safety certificate. Now we're in the EFL. Previously, when we were in the National League, we were licensed by Cheshire East Council. Now we've moved up to the EFL. Our licence comes under the Sports Safety Act. So it's the National Licensing Authority that grants us permission. Therefore, we have to pay particular attention to numbers of people in all areas of the ground, and the McElroy suite is no exception. So on each day, match day, a decision is made as to how many people we can admit, bearing in mind we have a set number of people in for dining, and we also have a set number of vice presidents who have paid for the privilege. So each match day we set aside a number, and it is literally first come first serve. Once we reach that number, then unfortunately we do have to close the suite and not admit anybody else. What I will say though is that anybody who has arrived before 2:10 on any match we've had so far has always gained admission. It's the people who perhaps want to come 20-25 minutes before kick-off that are not getting in. So my advice there is basically please get here just a little bit earlier, and I don't think you'll have any problems. And of course the other advantage is once you're in, you are given the wristband, which means you are guaranteed entry at half time should you wish to use the facilities.
In my previous life, Kevin, on the terraces here, could be seen in my spiritual home in the Star Lane end over there. But some fans were not able to stand behind the goal on Saturday due to what we think is a ticketing issue. Can you update us on what went on there?
Yes, I became aware of this on Monday morning. We've looked into it, and basically I think it was just a little bit of a breakdown of a communication. The ticket window that the supporter who brought this to our attention went to, that they had sold out of tickets for the Star Lane end, and the message was passed to the steward to move them to one of the other 2 windows where you could purchase it. Unfortunately, with radio messages, sometimes they do get a little bit distorted, especially on a Saturday when there's a lot of noise going on. And I think the steward was under the impression that Star Lane was actually sold out, which in fact it wasn't. It is a regrettable error. I can only apologise. We've looked into it now, and we've put measures in place from next match that this won't happen again. And to any supporters who were inconvenienced, please accept my sincere apologies.
Obviously there are times in every walk of life where even with the best laid plans, challenges do come up. This club values each and every one of our supporters, and as such, how important is it that information is conveyed to them in a friendly, approachable manner, especially on match days? Yes,
I mean we do try, and I think most of the club staff meet this with flying colours. We do occasionally get the odd person. Sometimes it is a third-party steward provided by an outside agency, for example, who may only be coming to Macclesfield once in a blue moon. If any supporter does come across any member of staff who's representing Macclesfield Town on a match day who they do not feel meets the required standards, please feel free to contact the club. We'll look into it and if necessary address any situations.
Moving on, Kevin, a number of supporters have asked for an update regarding the floodlights.
Yes.
And you knew that was coming.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, in fact, I actually spoke to a couple of supporters at the Star Lane end who asked me the same question last Saturday. Very simply, it's a very slow process. My initial plan when I last spoke to you was that the floodlights at either end of the McElroy suite were going to be upgraded and hopefully brought back up to full power. We did in fact do this, and we were quite confident that they would then last. But the first game that's in with the floodlights being revamped, a number of bulbs went out. We have a major problem in the fact that some of the casing around the floodlight bulbs have been cracked and water is getting in there. So the only real answer now is to go to the plan that we'd got at the end of the season to upgrade all 4 towers on the ground. And we will be looking to do this. We have problems with access on the far side of the grounds, and plans there were that we would do it at the end of this season. With the 2 sets of towers at the McElroy side, if we can keep going and keep them working until the end of the season, all the work will be done at once. However, if we do have problems, we do have a contingency plan whereby we can quickly access this side of the ground and bring the lights up to the required standard. So it's a little bit of wait and see on that one there, but all work will definitely be done and will be up to the required standards at the end of this season.
Another area which I know you wanted to speak about was the concession tickets at the Moss Rose and changes which will be coming in from the Oldham game.
Yes, this is very important. We are aware that certain people have been maybe abusing some of the concession tickets, especially the under 25 and under 18 tickets. So what we're going to say now is, and we're giving everybody at least a fortnight before the Oldham games to get used to this, is if you're under 18, you must produce some form of identification to get that ticket. Now, most people under 18 are in full-time education, and irrespective of which school you go to, you all have ID badges now. So that will be the logical thing to bring along and just show them your school badge with your photograph on, and that will prove that you're under 18 and you'll get a ticket in the normal way. If for some reason you haven't got that, then maybe you can look at photostating a passport if you've got it and just bring a photocopy, keep it in your pocket and show it every time you want a ticket. Regarding the under 25 tickets, here again we've had a little bit of misuse of these concessions. So what we're saying to people now is, when you purchase these tickets, please bring along either your driving licence, student union card, work identity card, or again, a photocopy of your passport is a logical thing. If you just keep that in your coat, you'll have it with you at all time. But we are insisting now that we have forms of identification to enable you to purchase these concessionary tickets.
Clearly, Kevin, we'd like to answer every concern for the fans. As some obviously we can't, some are confidential. But in terms of answering the fans' queries, how important is that? And how important is it to be seen to be answering queries as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. And I think obviously the club, the website, which yourself do, and the match day programmes, we do try and communicate and answer concerns where at all possible. In my own notes in the match day programme, I often refer to things that have been brought to my attention in the previous couple of weeks by supporters, and we try and address them as quickly and as clearly as possible. So yes, it is high priority, and as I say, if you look at our website, I think most information gets out very quickly and very efficiently.
And just to finish with, how important will the fans be over the next few weeks, and how can they help us write another epic chapter of our history?
Oh, I mean, absolutely vital. There's just no other way to describe this. I mean, the atmosphere the last 3 or 4 matches at Moss Rose has been absolutely fantastic compared to earlier in the season. And is it any coincidence that the results have picked up accordingly? The away support at Notts County was phenomenal, 465, and I think without a shadow of a doubt that level of support encouraged the team and enabled them to get the winner 10 minutes from the end, which obviously gave us 3 very, very vital points. So they played a massive effort there. Between now and May the 4th, it's going to be battles here. If we can win all our matches at Moss Rose, we will be comfortably in the EFL next year. It's as simple as that. And the supporters really do need to get behind the team. And the last 3 or 4 games, as I've said, it's been absolutely fantastic. The group that are on the London Road terracing, I think the last couple of games, the level of support has been phenomenal. No negative comments whatsoever, right behind the team. And I know everybody, you know, in the team, the players talk about it. They really appreciate the positive vibe that is going around the ground at the moment. And as I say, is it a coincidence that the results have picked up since that atmosphere has changed?
Well, Kevin, thank you very much for your time. We'll catch up again soon.
Okay, my pleasure.